First saw a hot rod and I was pretty blown away by this car and just how radical but also how almost revolutionary the car was. It was almost counterculture for the style of it. I was 15, so it was really only a matter of months later that I bought my first project car. Yeah, my name's Lloyd Wilson. The nickname is Magoo, so when we set the business up some 7 years ago, it was a natural thing to put my name into it, so hence the birth of Magoos Street Rods. Hot rodding is very much an art form. Each car is individual and unique. You won't get two hot rods exactly the same. I guess it's that uniqueness and flavour of each vehicle that appeals to me. The hot rodding really kicked off in the early 1950s, post-World War II. People had always wanted to see how fast the car could go. Those guys that have been playing with the old jalopies before they went off to World War II came back with a whole lot of new mechanical skills and really evolved from there. In the early days, I guess, hot rodding had very much a skew towards younger people and at one stage probably had a black shirt, loutish type image. It's really evolved from that. Hot rodding is not about hoons at all now. Yeah. Keep that out of it. This year has been a really special year for me. A couple of the goals that I'd had were to actually build a car in America. I wanted to go to Bonneville, and this year was the 60th anniversary of Bonneville. Bonneville is down in the Salt Lakes of Utah, so there's a huge amount of history, and that sense is really there when you go to Bonneville. The expanse of the place is just amazing. I mean, you can't see to the horizon, for example. It's really like going to Mecca. Of the 3,200 cars that were there, we were chosen to receive the Stroker McGurk Award. But it's awarded to a car that best typifies really a true hot rod. Winning the Stroker McGurk is really like winning a gold medal at the Olympics. So it really was quite a special and highlight experience for sure. Okay, this car here is my new toy. It's a 1932 Ford Roadster, and of all the cars I've ever built or been involved with, this is the one that spins my crank. This car is very much my design, my vision for what I want. It is what, for me personally, is the perfect hot rod. There's two parts to me. One is, yes, when I do get a chance to play on my own cars, but the other real satisfaction I get is really out of delivering dreams to customers. In some ways, I guess my role is a bit like an architect. They're involved in building a building. He knows what it's supposed to look like, to be balanced, to be in perspective and to be aesthetically pleasing. The artistic concept, if you like, of drawing on a whole lot of ideas to, again, take the best but come up with something that's unique. The book that hasn't been written, the painting that hasn't been painted, that's what hot rodding's all about. On the wall here we have copies of features from different hot rod magazines that have been done. For example, this one up here belongs to Linda Bouzaid from Wellington. She's a school teacher. Kids thought that was great when she take that one to school. Quite a radical paint job, and especially the interior in that one. This one here is probably the vehicle that initially put us on the map. This was the F100 truck that we built for Jack and Trelise Cooper. Very, very radical Ford pickup, and quite an exceptional vehicle that lifted the standard of what was being built in New Zealand. 1939 Chevrolet Coupe. A lot of quite unique body modifications on this car. That gives us an element of pride as well to see Magoos built vehicles being recognised as being worthy of being featured. This is an example of a car that we finished at Magoos. It's a 1940 Ford two-door sedan. Every single panel of this car has either been modified or extensively rebuilt. There's a number of unique features on this car in terms of scratch-built panels, custom-shaped bits, the dash, the stereo console, a whole number of little things that were incorporated into this car. It's a car that's really full of hidden tricks. For many people, I'm living the dream, just being surrounded by beautiful cars and working with hot rods all day. The reality is there is a lot of hard work involved in it. Cars are very important to me, and it is a central part of my life. I wouldn't say that my life revolves around cars, but certainly because of my interest and my hobby and a lot of my friends, it is a key part in my life. Family is still more important to me than the actual cars, and even in fact the friends that I've made in hot rodding here and overseas. You could take away the cars and the friendships are still more important than the sheet metal and chrome and glitter.